Shalom, shalom. This is the brother Kakama Hardab with the brother,
I'm a one Ayash.
and we from the branch of the Great Millstone in Indianapolis, Indiana. But before we start this lesson, we want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakwadash.
Rakakwadash.
All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders, bishops of Great Millstone, Rootwell. Salutations to you fellow laborers out there doing the work of truth and sincerity, especially during these times. Shalom to the few Rockwoff that believe as well. Also, I want to say shalom to you, Israelites scattered abroad, throughout the four corners of the earth, that's among the heathen, even and unlike the heathen, which are the speckled bird Israelites. To the whole household of faith, we want to say shalom, which is the elect.
Shalom.
All right. Now this is an article I posted, and I wanted to get to it yesterday, but we ended up doing another lesson. Me and this brother right here, I'm the one. So this is from RT News. It says Turkey applies to join Brics, and that's a huge deal because Turkey is a part of NATO and the EU. Even when you look up the 10 horns, all right, Turkey falls a part of that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think I got that pulled up still. Let me see if I can pull it up again so I can. Bear with me 1 second. See if I can find one with the country's name today. Because I got the maps, but it's kind of hard to find one with the the countries today. That's part of the ten horns. As the Bible prophesied about the 10 horns. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. While I'm getting this, can you grab matter of fact, grab that Obadiah.
Yep.
Grab that Obadiah, because that's a clear indication that America's America's Babylon, by the way, if you don't know. Babylon the Great, also known as the daughter of Babylon. There's many titles the scriptures call this place America.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and pretty much what we're witnessing is its allies turn on it, and that's all our biblical prophecy. Mr. Brother's going to read it. So whenever you got it, you go ahead and read it.
Yep, this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
So, Turkey is one of those, one of those, because it says men, but it represents, allies, all right, fellow partners, whatever, those that confederate or in league with you, in agreement with you. Turkey being the second largest military in NATO, all right, and one of the, one of the key NATO members in general, and a part of the EU as well. It plays a part of the EU, but by them basically signed up to join the Brics, that's a huge deal. That's a huge blow to NATO.
Mm-hmm.
Because NATO was created to go against the Soviet Union.
Yep.
And ever since the Soviet Union failed, all right, so many years took place where, Russia, because Russia was the head, basically the central point of the Soviet Union. All right, but it started to build up what we know as the BRICS nations today. So matter of fact, go to Ezekiel 38, and then hold that. Let's read a little bit. It says Turkey applies to join BRICS. Bloomberg. It says rifts with NATO over Ukraine are one reason for Ankara's reported bid to join the Russia-chaired group. See, Russia is ahead of it, which that's what Ezekiel 38 says. And we're going to read it for you right in a second. Okay? Turkey has formally asked to join the BRICS economic bloc as it seeks to forge new ties beyond its traditional Western allies. Bloomberg has reported, citing people familiar with the matter. And keep in mind, too, Turkey, because he's still the same president. The president of Turkey is Tayyip Erdogan. That's how they pronounce his name, if I ain't mistaken. So President Erdogan, right when Trump was getting out of office, I think Trump was in office during this time, but they tried to, they created a coup d'état. All right, a coup d'état is when they try to overthrow a government's leader by violence, usually by a military. You remember that happened to President Erdogan, and he knew that America was behind it. All right, and he vowed that whoever was behind it will pay. So this is probably him repaying, all right, by joining the BRICS, which he know that that's something he can throw to NATO, because they've been buying Russian weaponry for so long. From old equipment, as far as the missile defense systems. Russia got this S series of it's an S series of missile defense systems, S-100s, S-200s, S-300s. Now the S-400s, which been on basically been on the world stage for some years now. I would say at least 10 or 12 years. So and when they bought some S-400s, who got mad? Babylon, America. All right, they complained about that.
If I may add, because that's one of the many reasons why the scriptures call Russia a guardian to these other nations. See, because Russia is kind of like a big brother to these other nations, selling them military defense systems, military weapons, military equipment, so on and so forth. And it all makes sense because pertaining to the destruction of America, the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai is going to use Russia as that head vessel to lead the charge and shooting missiles over here against America, with a pack of nations following them up.
That's right. Matter of fact, go ahead and read Ezekiel 38.
This is Ezekiel chapter 38, beginning in verse 1 from the top. It says, And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against them, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I was
so we know that when you look up those names, they go back to Japhet, right? But we know that the actual people of Japhet was pushed out of those lands, even going back to the time of the Greeks, because the original Greeks was who? The people of Japhet. The Minoans, the Etruscans, the Cretes. That all go back to the Romans. That all go back. Them names go back to the Japhetic people, but they were pushed out of those lands, and who took their or stood under those names, I should say, or stead.
Esau.
Yeah, that's right. Esau, Edomites. And so, and you look up a biblical map of Gog, land of Magog, you can clearly see that it's Russia. Okay, you can see that it's Russia. Matter of fact, here we go right here. All right, you see, you know what? I typed it in the wrong way. I want to get a good map. You can pull the map up. Are you live?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Come. That way, you brothers and sisters out there can be, well aware of the geographical location of Gog, the land of Magog, right? And as you can see, Gog is Russian, okay? Which, when you go into the scriptures, all right, like the brother quoted, the North Country, that covered the nation, all right, from the North Country, right, that shall lay a land desolate. Matter of fact, that's in Jeremiah. You want to grab that, Baba Shah?
Kind. This is the.
I think it says it in Isaiah 13. Is it Isaiah 13 as well?
The Lord raised up the spirit of the Medes. This is Isaiah. It's like an Isaiah. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9. It says, For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Yeah, assembly of great nations from the north country. Because who's the north country? That's Russia. The assembly of nations are the nations he's going to continue to read in Ezekiel 38. So come up against what? Babylon, America. Okay? Go back to Ezekiel 38, and then we're going to read a little more of the article.
Yep, because one thing that can help you understand that the North Country in this sense dealing with Russia, when you look it up, I looked it up some time ago. I was like, I put in a search bar on Google. I said, is Russia located in the northern hemisphere of the Earth? and it shows you that Russia is located within the northern hemisphere of the earth.
Right.
So that can help you understand that in this sense that the North country here is dealing with Russia. See, because the North can sometimes be dealing with North America, the land that we're in right now.
Okay.
But in this sense, it's dealing with Russia. Because ultimately, because the Lord said He will raise up an assembly of great nations from the North country against Babylon. So you mean to tell me the Lord is going to have Babylon shoot missiles on itself?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Lord is going to have Russia
That's right.
and a company of nations shoot missiles over here at Babylon, aka America.
That's right.
It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From this shall she be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
We know what the arrows represents. The thermonuclear missiles, the ICBMs. Okay. All right. Go back to Ezekiel 38, Bible Shah.
Yep. It says, I'll read from the top again. Ezekiel 38:1. And the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. You know, and when you deal with Meshech and Tubal today, that's dealing within the area of Turkey. You know, so also we all see where this is going. You see, because Turkey is going to be in league with Russia when it comes to leading the battle against America.
I think when you look at the, if I'm mistaken, when you look at the biblical, the map that you pull up, I believe Turkey sits as Turgamar. You look at my map, the biblical map of Gog and Magog, it says Turgamar, it says Turkey. You know? So, but still, that's the area. That's the area. You know? And look what Turkey's doing right now.
Yep.
They're joining the Brics. That's it. Come on, that gotta be the talk of NATO right now. And amongst all the other countries. You know? Go ahead, brother. You got it.
It says, Now turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords.
That's right, which is what? Military weaponry. All right, military weaponry of all sorts, meaning what? You got tanks. All right, you even got Russia got laser weapons, you know, but they got tanks. They got
Satan missile.
That's right. You got land missiles. You got the naval ships. You know, you got special forces. You know, you got the Air Force, or you know the different air forces of these different countries or nations. They're all going to come and assemble, all right, for this great battle. This is World War III. Okay. And as a matter of fact, it says he's going to put hooks into the jaws of Gog. Right now, you go to the book of Proverbs. All right, and we go to chapter 21 and verse 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will." So the Lord is the one that's turning, all right, or guiding the mind of the president of Russia, which is Vladimir Putin, all right, and even his men that's under him, like the foreign minister Sergei Lavrov, and so on. You got the Peskov, you know, he's part of it. Then the one woman, you know, you got a woman, you know, and they be talking that shit against Babylon. Because why? They really don't like each other. That show you that the house of Satan, which is the Edomites, all right, are divided against each other.
Yep.
You know, because they both Edomites, all right, but they hate each other, all right. And it says what? The house that's divided against itself cannot stand. All right, but it had to end. So, it says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. So the Lord is the one that's guiding the minds of these countries' leaders. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Back to Ezekiel 38.
Come.
Yep. Back to Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 5. It says, Persia, Ethiopia.
Persia. Now we know what Persia is, right? Persia is Iran today, which they changed to Iran in 1935. But they're the biblical Persians. Why you think when the Iranians, because they call the Iranians today, right? So when the Iranians, all right, were at it with the Amalekites, you know, who was back in the Iranians, which are the Persians in the scriptures? It was the Russians. You see, and which that's going to draw out Russia because they're going. It says what? Be thou a guard to them. And you read that scripture yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, matter of fact, keep reading that.
Yep. It says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. And when you, because remember when you go into Brics nations, the acronym B stands for Brazil, R stands for Russia, I stands for India, C stands for China, and S stands for South Africa.
Okay.
Now, when you look at Ethiopia, which ultimately the modern day Ethiopians are the ancient Cushites. Okay, Ethiopia is located in South Africa, man.
Okay.
So we see, the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai putting all the pieces together, man, moving all the chess pieces, and prophecy is going to run its course that the Lord intended.
That's right.
So we see everything coming together.
Brother.
It says, verse 6, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah.
Gomer, right? Let's go back to the map. Gomer, France, and you know that what's his name, Macron. Macron was aligning with Vladimir Putin, and you know they had somebody that was on his ass, trying to turn him back from following him. But he actually wanted to do business and do deals with Russia, President Macron, because why? Them countries in Europe, all right, them EU countries, all right, and NATO countries is over in Europe. They depend on Russia for resources, and we all know this. All right, vital resources, you know. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. It says, going on, verse 7.
It said Turkomar, right?
Yeah.
You know what Turkomar is, is. We know what Gomer is. You know, we know Magog is these other countries. All right? You see on my map. But all these countries is on this biblical map of Gog and Magog. They all depend on Russia. Because why? They get resources way cheaper from Russia versus Babylon, which is America trying to force them to buy resources from them, which are heavily taxed upon. See? So it makes no sense to do business with Babylon. Okay? And what it's doing, it's hurting their economy. It's hurting Babylon's allies' economy. And it's only so long that they're going to allow it to happen. Okay? That's why it says that Babylon had been a golden Jeremiah 51, real quick, Bible shot.
Yep. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
That's right. They push this fucking democracy on everybody. And they see democracy ain't working for them. It ain't working for America. Let alone America's allies. These other countries. They in a far worse condition. You got something to add to that?
No, I ain't got nothing to add right now.
Okay, we're gonna keep reading where you left off at then.
Yep, back in Ezekiel 38.
Come on.
Yep, back in
We're gonna get that and be our guard unto them.
Back in Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 7, or read verse 6 again, it says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. It says, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them.
So we know that we mentioned the Persians, right? All right, the Persians, which are the Iranians today. Matter of fact, go against 2nd Esdras 15. Carmanians. All right, the Carmanians. All right, goes back to the Persians, man. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up too. I'm gonna grab some info while I'm at it, while the brother looking it up. Let's go to the Carmanians. Whenever you get it, just go ahead and read it, brother.
You want me to jump straight to the point or start up a little bit?
You can. You whatever's on your spirit, brother.
Yep.
Whatever's, I know it's like 2 verses, so yeah, you can start up that verse before.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and I'll begin in verse 28. It says, behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. You see, because man, these Arabic nations, man, they're going to get involved in this coming World War II as well.
That's right.
it's like a coming World War II, as in World War III.
World War III, yeah.
You know, it says, verse 30, it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
Yeah, which is America. All right, that's another name for America. All right, and the Persians. All right, the Persians. That's why the Assyrians, which is the Americans, Babylon. This is why they want them to make their nuclear program, that JCPOA. All right, which they was trying to suppress Iran's nuclear uranium stockpile, because they was building missiles, even though they already had some. But they were like, no, because they aligned them with Russia. Remember, they're the Brics nations, right? Well, they're part of that Brics Foundation, okay? So this is that's it on there, right? Okay, let me get this info right here. It says from the Iranica, it says the Carmanians were a warlike people who were said to live and fight like Medes and Persians, except they used donkeys even in war, But you go into history, but basically they are warlike people. All right, and it goes back to what? Persia. It says, these were a people from Carmania, a fertile province of ancient Persia. All right, it says situated on the north shore of the Persian Gulf. That's a part of the Valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat. That's where this World War III, or this Armageddon, as the scriptures call it, in Revelation 16 chapter, the Mountain of Truth, is going to take place in that area.
Yep.
Let's all right. Let's go back to Ezekiel 38. So we know that the reason why even the Persians are able to even attack the Amalekites, all right, and it showed that the Amalekites was weak, because why the Persians got drones and shit too, which depleted most of the Amalekites' offense when they did that, right? And then who's back in the Amalekites? The Americans. All right. Matter of fact, grab that too. Jeremiah, Jeremiah 49. The least of the flock should draw them out.
Yep. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 20. It says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom.
The Edomites. All right, go ahead.
It says, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
That's exactly. So the least, meaning what? The most insignificant, all right, of the Edomites, all right, going to draw out all the Edomites, or mainly the Edomites from America, really, all right, because that's who's backing them, the American Edomites. Matter of fact, grab Joel 2:20, all right. So the least of the flock should draw them out. All right, that's why anytime those Amalekites doing something, who's backing them heavily? It's America. They're gonna draw out America in this World War III. All right, whatever you got, you can bring it out. All right.
Yep, this is Joel chapter 2 verse 20. It says, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
So the northern army is the American army. All right, as we know. All right, the American army is the northern army is the American army. They're going to be drawn out, all right, to the Middle East. All right, since to where?
It says into a land barren and desolate.
Which we know that's the Arabia. All right, the land of Arabia. This is desert, wasteland pretty much. All right, go ahead.
It says with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea.
That's right. So they're gonna cause. All right, the Amalekites gonna cause the Americans to come out to this war. Okay. We can go back. We can go back to Ezekiel 38.
Yep, and it says, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things. And that's going to what the smell of the dead bodies coming up due to this world war.
Exactly.
And when you go into the hinder part toward the utmost sea, that's dealing with the Red Sea, and then where it says that with his face toward the East Sea, that's dealing with the Persian Gulf, man. So ultimately the Lord is drawing all these nations into war, or for his purpose. So going back to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, in verse 8, it says, "After many days thou shalt be visited, and the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people, against the mountains of Israel, which have always been waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them."
Yeah, so they're gonna come up against them. Cause who's in the land of Israel right now? Them damn Amalekites. All right, Jake, or just Israelites in general. I mean, you got some, a few speckled birds among them. You gotta tell the whole truth.
Yep.
But overall, we're scattered abroad throughout the earth. Okay, but they're gonna go up to that land. They're gonna take a spoil from that land. When you read down into the chapter, okay. All right, and then also, who else against them damn Amalekites? Turkey. Turkey is standing up for its Muslim brothers, as they call them. So that's they're looking to get involved with that. They're looking to get involved with that. Let's read a little bit more of the article.
Yeah, because like right now, in a sense, Israel is dwelling safely. Now, of course, they're warring between with the Palestine and Hezbollah and all that. But nothing really major has happened to the land of Israel yet. See, that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai is raising up, beginning with Russia and these other nations to shoot missiles over here. See, because this Ezekiel 38 is dealing with the destruction of both America and Israel.
That's right.
It focuses a lot on Israel, but hey, both America and Israel is going to get destroyed.
That's
See,
right.
because like I said, it says is gathered out of many people. When you look at America and Israel, they're both melting pots. Melting pots meaning what? It consists of people from all these different cultural backgrounds, these different religions, different kinds of people, so on and so forth. All different kinds of people inhabit that land. It is not Ezekiel, the 36th chapter says that the land of Israel is inhabited by Idumea and the residue of the heathen. So it's all kinds of people over there in the Holy Land that's defiling it, man.
God. It says that Jerusalem should be trodden down, all right, by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And so that backs up what the brothers went into. You don't have to get it, brother. We just rough the paraphrase, right? Let's read a little more of this article. It says Turkey has formally asked to join the Brics economic bloc as it seeks to forge new ties beyond its traditional Western allies. Bloomberg has reported, citing people familiar with the matter. According to the outlet, Ankara submitted an application to join the group some months ago. Rifts between NATO member Turkey and the military bloc's other member states over the Ukraine conflict were reportedly among the reasons for Ankara's Brics application. Since the outbreak of the conflict between Moscow and Kiev in 2022, Ankara has called for a diplomatic solution. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan previously criticized his allies' strategy of providing military aid to Ukraine and stated that Turkey would not be a party to this war. All right, so they being rebellious to NATO agenda. All right, that's the division right there. All right, another key indication that there's a division. Okay, it says Ankara has maintained close ties with Moscow despite the Ukraine conflict, noted Bloomberg. The Turkish leadership is also reportedly growing frustrated over the lack of progress in its decades-long bid to join the European Union. All right, the outlet added. So Slovakia, they're not part of the EU, but they're part of NATO. Okay? So, hey, it's still part of they was part of that beast system. Because what's the beast? NATO and the EU. And they're part of NATO, right? So it says Turkey was declared a candidate country in 1999. However, the European Parliament suspended accession talks with the country in 2019 over alleged human rights violations. Turkey's foreign minister and presidency declined to comment to Bloomberg on the reported Brics accession bid. The country's top diplomat, Hakan Fidan, said in June that Ankara was interested in joining the group. Brics was founded in 2006 by Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and South Africa joining in 2011. Russia is currently chairing the bloc. All right, so there it is, man. And they're gonna accept them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna accept them.
You have to for prophecy's sake.
That's right. Because, as a matter of fact, you wanna grab what's that Revelation
17.
you know what you can grab that.
Come. This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. It says, "And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire."
So the 10 horns that goes, in ancient times the 10 vassal states of Rome, which today would be known as what? All right, those EU states.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and pretty much they're gonna turn on America as well. All right, Turkey is not the only one. You got Germany. All right, Germany been contemplating what it's gonna do. As far as with this conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and they know that the U.S. is backing Ukraine, and they know that they're caught in between because Germany and Russia do a lot of business with each other. All right, and also that what's that Nord Stream, pipeline, that was a big hit to Germany's economy. The Nord Stream, that natural gas pipeline they had built it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they know that the U.S. had basically bombed it to try to sabotage it, and they repaired it still. So these countries are going to come against Babylon in the end, and they're going to go and say to fulfill the Most High's will. Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 17, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High should be fulfilled."
Mm-hmm. So they're going to come together, all right, and they're going to lay this land desolate. Because why? It's the will of the Heavenly Father, okay, to lay this land desolate. Okay? As a matter of fact, go to, let me see here. What's that? I believe that's, all right, go to, this is Isaiah, I'll read it. Isaiah 13, and it's talking about Babylon. It says prophecies about Babylon in the subheading. All right, let's go to verse 5, right to the point. Isaiah 13:5 says, "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land." Now, what's the whole land? The whole land is America. Okay? The whole land is America, because this is the land that the Lord has, number one on his hit list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You want to add something to that?
No, you got it.
Babylon the Great, man. This filthy, polluted harlot, all right, they have made the world drunken with this madness. Mm-hmm. The Lord has a heavy judgment for this place. And we live in a time where it's getting ready to be judged.
Yep.
And we just praying that it comes soon, because we ready to get the hell up out of here, for one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but we gotta be patient and wait upon the Lord, But we know that these things are happening because the Lord is causing his word to be fulfilled. All right, which is the words of prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why we're witnessing, countries like Turkey turn against America. Okay. If you want to grab, that's another priest I want to grab before we close. In fact, read Revelation 20 and 8.
Revelation 20 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 8.
Well, you can start at 7.
Beginning of verse 7. It says, "And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison."
Now we know that it's talking about who? The Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The people of Satan. All right, then when that 1,000 years expires during what? The Renaissance period. All right? Started in the 1300s, but then it really, it became apparent or confirmed during the 1400s mainly. Okay, when they had really got their foothold or began to get their foothold on the world stage and take over. All right, because it was their time to come into power. All right, because the Lord sets up who He wants to rule over the nations. Okay, Go ahead.
It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the saying of the sea.
So we know that Gog and Magog, which is Russia, all right, is going to gather, be gathered to the battle, all right, to what? The battle, which is World War III. All right, this is why we're watching these things in the news, because we know according to prophecy, Revelation 11 and 14 says what? And the second one was passed, and the third one hasted quickly. I mean, the brother, we hit that precept earlier in the in transit video. All right, which that was pertaining to this topic as well. It said that we did an in transit about America don't have enough troops, and we went to I'm reading the article where you got basically people over here in Babylon don't even want to join the military.
That's prophecy in itself, because the scripture in Jeremiah says the men of Babylon, roughly paraphrasing, have four born to fight.
I brought that out in that lesson.
Okay.
Jeremiah 50 and 30, I think it is. So, and we're witnessing prophecy, man. We're witnessing prophecy. Okay? The Lord is going to cause, go back to Isaiah 13 and 4. Baba Shah, I think it says that the Lord mustered the host to the battle. These things are happening because, matter of fact, Joel 3. Hit Joel 3 first, Baba Shah.
This is Joel chapter 3, beginning at verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. With these Gentiles, man, they're speaking about the natural Gentiles, aka the heathen nations. See, what the Lord is getting ready to do is gather all these armies and pretty much deliver them to the slaughter, like Isaiah the 34th chapter says, beginning with the armies of Esau, Edom. Verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Which pretty much this verse is saying that, hey, all the time for agriculture, all the time for farming is over, because we in a time of war. So go ahead, do it with your plowshares and your pruning hooks, because those are what? Tools for agriculture. And the Lord said, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Right? Because once again, we're in a time of war. And it says, let the weak say, I am strong. See, because now in today's day and age, see, because America used to be the big bad bully. Like the scripture saying in Revelation 13, who can make war with the beast? See, because America caused fire to come down from heaven in the form of a fat boy and little man when he dropped bombs at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And that put fear into the nations. See, now in today's day and age, all these various different nations are all getting access to nuclear capabilities. So what that's doing is leveling the playing field. It says, verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh, which the mighty ones are the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashar, who the angels. So also we understand that Yahweh Shai, Michael, and the rest of the angels, they're going to intervene in this coming world war. Right, you can read Revelation 12 and 7. All right, second is the 13th chapter, the first few verses. That's a good one. All right, Jude, where it says the Lord cometh with tens of thousands of his saints. Okay. All right, the Lord is coming back with a band of angels, all right, to deliver his elect and to destroy this land, man. America. Verse 12, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment or Yahweh's decision. And it says, for there, which ultimately is located over there in the Persian Gulf. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, man. So once again, it goes back to what we quoted earlier, Isaiah the 34th chapter. The Lord is getting ready to deliver the armies of the nations to the slaughter, man.
That's right.
For our sakes.
This is, what you did on that?
Yeah, that was it today.
This is Revelation chapter 16. I'm going to go to verse 16 straight to the point. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which we know that's Hamagad one. All right, Har is mountain. All right, God is a troop, and one makes it plural. All right, mountain of troops. All right, which is going to be where? the brother just explained it to you, Battle of Jehoshaphat, which is sitting around what, the Persian Gulf. All right, you got the Euphrates over there, all that over there, man. That whole little region right there, there's the Arabia land, they go that desert land right there. The Lord's gonna drag these militaries over there and judge them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because why? Matter of fact, you want to grab before we close, get Isaiah 34.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. You still want that Isaiah 13 as well?
You can, yeah, you can grab that. We can close on a couple of
Yo, this is
points, man. We gonna, Lord willing, because we do these videos for to edify the body,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully you're edified. If you are edified, let us know on the comment board.
Mm-hmm. This is Isaiah chapter 34, beginning in verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth of it." You see, because these heathen nations, man, they got to hear the judgment due to what they have done to the children of Israel. And as a matter of fact, when we jump down to verse 8, and we'll jump back up, it says what? "For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion." So the Lord is getting ready to judge you nations, beginning with Esau, Edom, so-called white man, for what you have done unto the children of Israel. So, jumping back up to verse 2, "For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations." That's Esau's that's the nation of Edom, so-called white people today. Okay, the Hamites, Ishmael, are all our enemies listed in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man. The Lord's indignation is upon you. It says, "And his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
That's right.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. And the mountains shall be melted with the blood." Because in that day, man, there's going to be a lot of dead bodies due to this world war, due to the judgment that the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai is bringing upon these armies. In verse 4, it says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heaven shall be rolled together as a scroll," which, when you go into that, is dealing with the nuclear mushroom cloud that's produced by the nukes, man. It says, "And all the hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment." And what's the curse that the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai has put upon the Edomites? And really going back to Cain, the curse of leprosy. Which is why when we look at Esau today, he has no pigment. Now, you do have Edomites who look like Jake. We'll say that because you got the parable of the wheats and tares.
That's right.
Okay, but if they see line goes back to Esau, then guess what? They're Edomite. So the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Ashai is getting ready to deliver a great destruction upon the armies of these nations, man. And a lot of these soldiers, man, that's getting ready to go off into the war, man, they're getting ready to die. Now, 2nd Ezra 16 chapter tells you that. It says their bridegroom shall perish in the wars. In verse 6, it says the sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh hath the sacrifice in Basra, which Basra today would be America. All right, what backs that up is Isaiah the 63rd chapter, who is these that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Basra, which is the prophecy of our Lord Yahweh Shai come back to a world ruled by Edom and destroying America. It says, "And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." So the Lord is about to perform a great sacrifice in the land of Idumea, a.k.a. America. Because the scripture say what? That the slain of the Lord shall be many.
That's right.
So anybody that's outside of the elect, man, okay, guess what, man? You're going to be a part of that slain,
And that's why, Revelation 18 speaks about, all right, how the nation's going to, burn up with fire, how 1 hour she's going to be, Babylon going to be destroyed. And everything that's working right now, according to prophecy, is all, geared towards that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you only got to get that. That's I think the point is made, brother.
Okay.
Hey, pretty much, man. We witnessing, prophecy unfold, man. Very beautiful time to be an Israelite and in our right minds, especially, and to understand the Lord's word. All right, because it says that what the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. So, Lord willing, this video have been edifying to you, sincere Akim, and you few Akwap that believe. I want to give our honor, glory, and praises again to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rechakudash.
All right, shalom to the elect. All right, Lord willing, we'll see you next video. Shalom.
Shalom.